Okay, let's talk about one of the wildest, most unexpected sneaker drops in, well, ever. We're going to unpack how Nike, the undisputed king of cool, somehow teamed up with Costco, the master of the bulk buy, to create a sneaker that absolutely shattered the internet.
I mean, it's a question that sounds like the setup to a joke, right? But the answer is you get this incredible cultural moment, a lesson in marketing, and a shoe that people were tripping over themselves to buy for hundreds and hundreds of dollars on the resale market. So, how on earth did this actually happen? Let's get into it.
You really couldn't pick two brands that are more different. On one hand, you've got Nike. It's all about hype, elite athletes, super high fashion collabs, and exclusivity. And then you've got Costco's own Kirkland signature brand. It's the definition of no frills, practical, everyday value, and it's that clash, that total collision of worlds that made this whole thing so genius. To really get why everyone went crazy, you have to look at the details. This was not just some lazy logo slap. Nike SB, which is Nike's skateboarding line, is famous for these clever, story-driven collabs, and they went all in on the Costco theme. So the first thing you probably notice is the material. The whole top of the shoe is wrapped in this soft, cozy gray fleece. It's an instant nod to those iconic Kirkland sweatshirts that, let's be honest, everyone seems to own. It's a perfect touch that just feels like a nod to the fans. But the branding is where it gets really, really good. You've got the classic Kirkland signature box logo stitched right on the heel. Then, look at the tag on the tongue. It's made to look exactly like one of those Costco price signs you see in the aisles. My favorite detail, though, has to be the hang tag. It's a perfect copy of a Costco executive membership card, but it's for executive skateboarders. So clever. Now, all those little touches are fantastic. They make the shoe special. But there was one hidden Easter egg that took this from just a cool sneaker to a true viral internet meme. This was the detail everyone was talking about. And there it is, hidden right under the insole. You've got a picture of the legendary $1.50 Costco hot dog and soda combo. This isn't just food, it's a symbol. It's a symbol of value that has famously never, ever changed its price. Hiding that inside the shoe was just a brilliant move. So you've got a fantastic design, but that's only half the battle. To create a real hype sneaker, you need to make it hard to get. And the release for this shoe? It was a masterclass in creating chaos, using a strategy known as a shock drop. This whole release was a total roller coaster. We first saw pictures back in October 2025, and everyone got excited. But then, the holiday release window just passed. Nothing. By early 2026, people were convinced the whole thing was canceled. And then, bam, on January 30th, with zero warning, pallets of these shoes just showed up in a few Costco stores. That's a shock drop. A surprise release designed to create instant pandemonium. And to make things even crazier, it wasn't a nationwide release. Not even close. The shoes only appeared at a few select stores in just 5 states. This immediately created this massive regional scarcity. So if you didn't live near one of those specific Costcos, your only shot was to go to the resale market. And that, of course, brings us to the money. When you combine an amazing design with that kind of extreme scarcity, you create a perfect storm for resellers. Now, if you were one of the lucky few who actually found a pair in the warehouse, the retail price was a pretty fair $135. But on the secondary market, almost instantly, prices exploded. On sites like eBay, pairs were selling for up to $400. That's an immediate profit of more than $250 for anyone who managed to grab a pair. Just insane. And this chart here really shows why this drop was so different. A lot of times, people use resale sites to find a better deal, but not here. For the Costco Dunk, the biggest reason people were buying, almost 40% of them, was simply because the product was scarce. They literally couldn't get it anywhere else. The demand just completely swamped the supply. But here's the real kicker. This was a uniquely safe investment for resellers. Why? Because of Costco's legendary return policy. Think about it. If the resale market suddenly tanked, or if they couldn't sell their pairs, they could just return them for a full refund within 90 days. It was all of the potential profit with almost zero risk. So what's the big takeaway here? This was more than just a popular shoe. It was a cultural moment that tells us a whole lot about where fashion and the idea of cool might be headed. I think this quote from Sneaker Bar Detroit really nails it. Kirkland Signature, this brand that was once just about value, has become this kind of anti-hype icon. It's cool because it's not trying to be cool. And this collaboration tapped directly into that feeling. At the end of the day, they perfected a new formula. Take something that is universally known, universally loved, and feels authentic, and smash it together with the exclusive, hype-driven world of limited sneaker drops. You get something that's both relatable and extremely desirable. It proved that cool can come from anywhere. So, it really leaves you with a pretty interesting question, doesn't it? In a world where luxury brands are trying so hard to create the next viral thing, maybe the most authentic, the realest cool, is actually coming from the places we'd never think to look, like the food court of a wholesale club. The story of the $400 Costco sneaker makes a pretty compelling argument for sure.